Hello everyone. We are going to discuss the meaning of the poem To a Shade. The text of the first stanza, To a Shade. If you have revisited the town, thin shade, whether to look upon your monument, I wonder if the builder has been paid or happier thoughted when the day is spent to drink of that salt breath out of the sea, when grey gulls flit about instead of men, and the gaunt houses put on majesty. Let these content you and be gone again, for they are at their old tricks yet. Meaning of the first stanza. In the first stanza, the poet addresses the spirit of Charles Parnell and enquires why has the spirit come back to the city. He gives various reasons and tells the spirit that if it has come to the city for the following reasons, he should be contented with what he has seen and go back from the city. The poet tells the spirit of Charles Parnell that if it has come back to Dublin to look upon its monument, which the poet doubts whether the people of the city have paid the builder of the monument. The poet again enquires and asks the spirit whether it has come at night after the day is over, being happily inspired to enjoy the smell of the salty sea, or the spirit has come to watch the beautiful scenes of the Dublin houses looking bleak and lean, taking a certain grandeur in the fading light during night. Then the spirit should be satisfied with these scenes only and go back again, because the people of Dublin are still very mean, selfish, ungrateful, crafty, distrustful as they were when Charles Parnell was alive, and they are still busy at their intrigues. Analysis of the first stanza. The first stanza begins with if, a conditional clause. The opening line of the stanza contains mild accents. These mild accents create a rhythmic break in speech. This rhythmic speech helps the speaker to express a feeling of dejection and suppressed anger. We know that W.B. Yeats is in a very angry mood while writing this poem. The third line, I wonder if the builder has been paid, is in a colloquial speech and is written in parentheses. This line works as an aside, like in a drama, and it gives the sense of an actual speech, yet doubts the intention of the people of Dublin in building the statue or the monument of Charles Parnell, and he asserts their hypocrisy, yet also uses personal pronouns like you and I, which enforce the effect of the speaker in conversation with the spirit of Parnell while being heard by the readers too. Irony and images in the poem To a Shade. The false respect shown towards the memory of Charles Parnell in the form of his monument constructed in O'Connell Street is ironically mocked at by Yeats. The people, in fact, have no respect for Charles Parnell, but they have constructed his monument just to show off. Yeats mocks at this practice by saying that the people have not even paid the builder of the monument. Yeats uses images in the poem. He presents concrete nature images like salt breath out of the sea, the grey gulls, and the gaunt houses. These nature images serve as an antithesis to the town and yet suggests the spirit of Parnell to be happy and contented or satisfied with these natural sights and scenes. Only he says that the spirit of Parnell will be dejected and depressed if he wishes to visit the people of Dublin as a contrast to these natural scenery, because they are holding to their old habits of intriguing against their Irish nationalist leaders as they used to do when he was alive. Text of the second stanza of To a Shade. A man of your own passionate, serving kind, who had brought in his full hands what, had they only known, had given their children's children loftier thought, sweeter emotion, working in their veins, like gentle blood, has been driven from the place, and insult heaped upon him for his pains and for his open-handedness disgrace. Your enemy, an old foul mouth, had set the pack upon him, Second stanza, meaning. The second stanza begins with a man. A man is used for W.B.Yeats, the contemporary painter. Like Parnell, W.B.Yeats was also devoted to the well being of Ireland and was very close to the Irish nationalists. He had a passion for serving his country and his fellow men. Like Charles Parnell, he worked for the upliftment of the Irish people. He dedicated himself totally to the upliftment of Ireland, but people did not recognize his services. They did not know that his thoughts would have inspired their generations and instilled sweet emotions which would gently flow in their blood. The people drove him away from their place and also insulted him for his efforts and pains that he took to improve their condition. People disgraced him for his services to the nation and did not allow him to pursue his dreams for the betterment of Ireland, as he could have instilled sweet emotions in them and their generations through his art. His efforts were returned with insults and injury by resentful characters such as William Martin Murphy. Yeats associated the memory of Parnell with another national figure from the 19th century. This figure was W.B.Yeats, who sought to contribute to Ireland through his art as Parnell tried to do through his political activism. W.B.Yeats was a hero because he was responsible for the cultural revival of Ireland, which was critical for the independence of Ireland from the colonial rule. Lane tried to bring great thoughts and sweet emotions in the coming generations of his country. Yeats writes about William Martin Murphy, the owner of the newspaper The Irish Independent, as one of those people who tried to defame the national hero like W.B.Yeats. Yeats says that people like Murphy brought disgrace and instigated people to persecute him, which is like letting loose a pack of hounds on somebody. He says that Murphy was a person who spoke foul about others and tried to insult all nationalist leaders. Text of the third stanza of To a Shade. Go, unquiet wanderer, and gather the Glasnevin coverlet about your head till the dust stops your ear. The time for you to taste of that salt breath and listen at the corners has not come. You had enough of sorrow before death. Away, away. You are safer in the tomb. Third stanza meaning. In the third stanza, William Butler Yeats advises the ghost of Parnell to go away from Dublin. He tells him that be quiet and have peace and return to his grave and cover his head with a bed spread. Glasnevin Coverlet is the cemetery where Parnell has been buried. Yeats advises the ghost to close his ears with the dust in his grave so that he is unable to hear anything. Yeats tells him that the time for him to smell the salty breeze and also to listen to the people of Dublin or to collect the news of the town at the corners of the streets of Dublin has not come yet, because the people of Dublin would only insult him still, as they used to do when he was alive. Yeats therefore advises the ghost to go away from the city of Dublin, as he would be safe in his tomb. Yeats does not want Charles Parnell to come to the city and listen to the people speaking foul about him and become sorrowful even after death.